The careful and responsible management of something entrusted to one's care is called stewardship. Watch Stewardship with SNB on RSTV. Hardly do we make leaders who are accountable to the people. In the present dispensation in Rivers State, stewardship is now an integral part of leadership, so much so that even the Chief Executive of the state, His Excellency Governor Ezewo Nyesom Wike, constantly gives account of his leadership to the people. To do justice to this all-important program, Stewardship, I have with me in the studio a guest who is a first-degree holder in botany from the University of Port Harcourt, PGD, Business Studies from the Rivers State University, Port Harcourt, MBA, Accounting, MSc, Accounting, all from the University of Port Harcourt. He was also the Chief Whip, Rivers State House of Assembly, between 1999 to 2003. He was Deputy Leader, Rivers State House of Assembly, between 2007 to 2011. He had also been the Federal Commissioner, representing Bayelsa, Delta, Rivers State, and of course, in the Federal Civil Service Commission, Abuja. My guest is Honorable Reverend Hope IKIRIKO, Chairman, AHOADA West Local Government Area. Mr. Chairman, you're welcome to Stewardship here in our city. I want to thank you so much for finding time to join us this afternoon.
Thank you. Good afternoon, viewers.
Now, one would have thought that looking at your profile, very intimidating. You were a member of the State House of Assembly.
Yes.
And of course, at that time, you were not just a member, you were a principal officer, a chief whip, deputy leader, and all of that. One would have thought that you would have gone national or international, given your profile. What is the attraction of being the chairman of the West Local Government Area?
Well, thank you, Nelson. It depends on how you look at public service. For me, I see public service as called to duty. And it's only in this part of the world that you see people who have held one position or the other, feeling that they are too big to hold other position. There's nothing wrong in an assembly member or House of Rep member if his people need him to come serve as a councillor, for him to so do. Maybe they have a peculiar problem and they feel that he's the person that fits the position the most. For me, it's obvious if you ask my people, I never knew that I would be local government chairman at this point in time, but it was the clamor by the people who insisted that in the circumstance, if I could come to serve them. And I'm doing that with a passion because the people want me there and I'll give them what they exactly want and more than that.
Interesting. We read your profile, and in it, we also saw that you were once Rivers representative. In fact, you represented 3 states at the Federal Civil Service Commission: Rivers State, Bayelsa, and Delta State. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes. It has often been argued that Rivers State does not fill up its quota in the Federal Civil Service. As a former member of that organ, what do you think is responsible for that?
Well, there are a whole lot of issues that are responsible for it. And in the recent past, a lot of people did not know that my predecessor, who is late now, of blessed memory, was not active in the office for quite a while. He stayed there for about 10 years. The majority of the time that he served there, he wasn't really in the office because he was bedridden. And so that created a lot of gap. And when the principal officer who is supposed to serve their people is not there active, a lot of things happen. There are racketeering, there are, changing of positions and all that. But when I got in there, by God's grace, I changed the narrative. If you make your inquiries, you realize that Rivers people had never had it so good in terms of employment in the Federal Civil Service.
Now, for our viewers who may want to participate, want to quickly draw your attention to the numbers on your screen: 0805 347 48400. For those who want to send text messages, you can send your text messages via the number 081 727 5334. Again, the numbers are just displayed on your screen. You can participate. Call in. The chairman is here. Mr. Chairman, you have served in different capacities as federal representative, Rivers representative in the Federal Civil Service Commission, and of course the State House of Assembly. How best have you brought your experience in the past to bear now that you're chairman of AHOADA West Local Government? Just before you respond to that, let's hear this caller. Hello, this is Stewardship. Hello, this is Stewardship on RSTV. You may say your name and then tell us where you're calling from and make your contributions. Hello? Hello? Oh, we lost that caller. Yes, your experience in the past.
Well, as you well know, in the River State House of Assembly, we have oversight functions. I've served in several committees, and there is this synergy between the legislature and the executive. When you have oversight function and you do it very well, it gives you an idea of what any of the ministries or departments offer. I've served in the local government committee in the State Assembly to also oversee what happened there. There were ad hoc committees that were also put up at that time when they had issues of reports from the various local governments about their performance, about the backwardness in their attitude. And I think I was chairman of the Rivers West Committee, and I had the opportunity of oversighting the functions and responsibilities of the chairman and the activities in the local government. And I developed myself in that.
Mr. Chairman, just before you continue, let's hear this caller out. The calls are coming in, but we're missing them. Go on.
So, I've acquired some experience in oversighting the functions of the chairman at that time. Now, as God will have it, I left the legislature and I moved over to the executive arm. And in the Federal Civil Service Commission, we are also given ministries to supervise. I supervised about 6 to 7 ministries. I've been in aviation, I've been in a lot of ministries. And there you are exposed to the workings of the civil servants. So the civil service is the same, whether local government, state or federal. So the basic, modus operandi of the civil servant. For 5 years, I was, in it. And I think right now in the local government, I've been able to bring to bear my experience in the way they function and also in the way the chairman also had to run their duties as the local government chairman because of what I have been doing over the time in terms of oversight functions.
Mr. Chairman, while we're still expecting more calls, poverty and unemployment are together. How do you intend to generate employment and, of course, reduce poverty in AHOADA West local government area?
Employment generation, the fastest and most reliable way to generate employment is through agriculture.
Let's take this call, yes, and then we'll come back to you. Hello? 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 Hello, you're on to Stewardship on RSTV. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
This is Stewardship on RSTV Port Harcourt.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You're on to RSTV. Stewardship is the program.
My name is Chibike.
You're calling from where? Where are you calling from?
My name is Chibike from AHOADA.
From AHOADA. Yes, go on.
Yeah, so please, I want to ask the chairman.
Go ahead.
This Okobe community, this tell me the particular have done Okobe community, Okobe town.
Okobe community.
You do this.
Take it easy. Let's hear you well. Take it easy. Let's hear you well. Take it again. Take it all over again. Yes.
This Okobe community. It's not Okobe.
Okobe community.
Yes, Okobe community, and you understand?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
And this Ojok community.
Ojok.
Yes.
Okay. What happened?
Yes, so
what happened?
These 3 communities.
Yes.
So you should tell me what you have done for these 3 communities.
Don't forget that the chairman has just come into office barely 2 months now. But I'll leave it to I'll Mr. Chairman, you can respond to that.
Okay, please.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You are entitled to just one thought, and then Mr. Chairman, you can respond.
Yes,
you said Okobe and Odweke.
Thank you, my brother. You have just mentioned 3 very important communities, and you realize that I've just been there for barely about 2 months. When you get into office, the first thing you do is to carry out a need assessment.
Okay.
And when you carry out a need assessment, you will know what the people desire most. I have just sent out some of my personal aides to go, carry out need assessment of these areas, which includes these communities as well. I've had opportunity of receiving some people by way of courtesy call from Okobe, and they have also highlighted the things they need. When you do that, after such, you now prioritize them and put them in the budget. We have not passed our budget. We need the supplementary budget, and in the supplementary budget, I promised that I'm going to put in some of these projects that the available funds can carry. And if you do that, then at the end of the day, you will begin to see some projects in those areas. But just for you to know that we have these communities at heart, and we have just come on board, and you don't just embark on projects, anyhow. You budget for them. After budgeting for them, when the funds come, you begin to actualize them. So they are in my program, and I'll definitely do something.
We were talking about employment generation. We'll come back to you after this call. Hello. 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 You're on to Stewardship on RSTV. Oh, we lost that call. Yeah, we're talking about
now. For me, in my opinion, when you talk about employment generation,
and reduce the level of poverty amongst your people.
Yes. For me, the sector that can enhance
hello?
Employment.
Hello? 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 This is RSTV. We're on to Stewardship. Go ahead.
Is agriculture. And agriculture is an alternative to the oil that we have. And you don't just embark on agriculture for to serve your table. The only way you can embark on agriculture to the extent that you can, employ people.
That call is persistent. We'll just take care. Hello, you're on to Stewardship on RSTV. Can you hear us?
Hello.
This is RSTV, and the program is Stewardship.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir.
Say your name and where you're calling from, and then you can share your thought with us.
I'm calling from Elma. AHOADA West.
Where?
I'm calling from Elma. AHOADA West. I'm one of the people.
Go on.
Yes, first of all, I want to appreciate our ever chairman for the program to come out and enlighten us how it's going to go about the tenors.
That should be one of your fans. Appreciating you. Thank you so much. Is that all what you have?
Yeah, it's not much. It's just money to.
Thank you for thank you for appreciating the chairman. Let's take another call. Hello.
Hello.
This is Stewardship on RSTV Port Harcourt. Say your name and make your contributions. Hello? Hello? Oh, we lost that call. Hello?
Hello?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. You're on to RSTV, and the program is Stewardship. Chairman, you can continue with that line of thought.
Yes, so we first of all have to identify what is the common crops that are grown in the area, the ones that are viable. And then you take it to a different level, not just enough to feed the family, but enough to if possible, make it mechanized. So that, and anywhere in the world, agriculture is driven by machines, and the machines are manned by human beings. In any agricultural setting, there must be people to serve those needs. So at the end of the day, you discover that when you will need the manpower, it is these same people that will come, produce the things that you sell to earn money, and they too will earn their own living from there. And then in turn, it will increase the revenue generation of the local government. So I intend to go into agriculture, and also encourage ICT. When you embark on investment in ICT in this modern time, young ones will definitely.
Let's quickly take this call.
From it.
Hello? Hello? Hello, this is RSTV. Can you hear us? Mr. Chairman, we'll just take a short break, and then we'll come back for some other discussions on this program. Don't go away. I should quickly take a short break. Stewardship with SNB. The careful and responsible management of something entrusted to one's care is called stewardship. Watch Stewardship with SNB on RSTV. Stewardship with SNB.
Usual pattern of having visiting days in the office to create a day, a round table with the chairman on Fridays. And the viewers may wish to know that every Friday will be a round table meeting with the chairman.
At the council headquarters.
Council headquarters, where everybody have opportunity to see and meeting the chairman, discussing their needs, and also interacting with him. Anyone who has suggestions to make to move the
You will continue with that line of thought. Let's quickly take this call. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Good afternoon. You're on to RSTV. The program is Stewardship.
Okay. My name is Diane from Liverpool, calling from Port Harcourt.
Yes? Go on.
I want to ask Mr. Chairman, because when I was looking for a job in Abuja, he did not even attend to me. And now it's a chairman. Well, I don't want to know what he's going to do for his people.
Of course, the chairman is.
I went to his office for a number of years. He refused to give me a job.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Noted. Thank you. Hello? Hello? Mr. Chairman, just before you continue with that line of thought
Yes.
earlier established, can you respond to that caller?
Yes, one thing I want them to understand is that jobs in the Federal Civil Service or any establishment is limited. Now, you don't give jobs arbitrarily. And if he says that he has been there for so many years, it's impossible. He may just have been there for a few times to see me. And there are protocols in the office. I wish that this young man would judge me by the level of people that have gotten jobs from that same office. I mean, everybody can't. Some people walk into the office on a good day, and I ask them what they read, and he coincides with the vacancies
No,
that's available.
the caller may be considering the fact that you served in that capacity as Rivers representative. You represented three
The
states.
jobs I gave were to Rivers people, Bayelsa people, and Delta people.
Okay.
So that it didn't get to him. Some of my relatives didn't get as well. Now they have to understand that when these jobs are advertised, they are advertised according to the courses that they read, according to the discipline. If you come in at that point, you are looking for civil engineers, and you are a doctor, you can be employed. I mean, you don't just come, this is my certificate, and you're employed. You come, and if it's advertised, there are some categories of jobs that we advertise. If you fall within that category, they call you for interview. I tried as much as possible to make it accessible to them. I opened an email box. I came down here, tried to get some points where they could reach them, because I know that they won't be able to get to Abuja. And if he could not make, yes.
Let's quickly take this call and then you continue. Hello, this is RSTV.
Hello?
This is RSTV and the program is Stewardship. We have the chairman of AHOADA West local government area here in the studio live.
This is RSTV. This is RSTV and the program is Stewardship.
You may turn down the volume of your TV set if you have to participate in this program. Hello? Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yes.
Now, every leader, every public servant must realize this fact, that when you serve a people in office, you must get to a point where you won't satisfy everybody. So you prepare your mind for this. Now, for those that have the opportunity to reach you and their causes coincide with the vacancies that are available.
That boils down to accessibility.
No, he won't say that. He won't say that, because he needs to carry out an assessment, ask those who got the job how they got it. Some got it just from here, from a phone call, from a text message.
Okay.
Sir, I read a business education at the Federal Civil Service. I read business education, or I read so and so course, and I've been home for quite a while, and it fits exactly what we have. We invite him over. I facilitate the invitation.
They got the job.
And they got the job. We invite them over, put them in an interview, we interview them, they fit what they need, and we give them. So if he didn't fall within this category, and he's not lucky to get a job or get any job within that period, maybe it's not his time. I believe that he will still get a job, but it may not be his time.
Let's take this call again. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, you're on to RSTV on the program Stewardship. Hello. Mr. Chairman, you may continue.
So what the advice I would have to give to them is, when you find your brother, your kinsman, holding any public office, do not think that the person is there for you. Always realize that the person is there to serve the public. So you must apply patience. You must also pray that what you need is found on his table. You must also be conscious of the fact that certain persons who also have been there before you are also on the queue. But when they have this impression that, oh, my brother is there, and therefore I must, I'm qualified for the job, and if I don't get it, then he's to blame, then that's where they get it wrong. So I believe that it's not been his time. If he still, continues to persevere, he will get, job.
So what strategies do you have to turn around the socio-economic life of the AHOADA West local government people?
Well,
what are the strategies?
Yes, like I said, first of all, we need to embark on agriculture to get them involved. We need to embark on reorientating their minds to know that if you can't get a job, you can develop your skill to be self-reliant and be self-sufficient. In fact, I believe that a graduate is the minimum wage of every civil servant here, is 18,000 naira. So what will 18,000 naira do for a man? You've gone through education, first degree, and at the end of the day, you probably cannot develop a skill. Then you are vulnerable. I will advise that we will ensure that we help them develop their skills.
Mr. Chairman, the caller is waiting. Yes, good afternoon. This is RSTV, Port Harcourt. You're watching the program Stewardship. Yes. You may say your name and then share your line of thought with us.
Hello?
Good afternoon. You're on to RSTV, Port Harcourt.
Now, if you develop their skills and you also support them to be self-reliant, and then you will see that they won't depend on white-collar jobs. For example, the ICT is spinning out a lot of money in the society. For those who think they're just there, ICT does not.
Hello? 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 Good afternoon. Please, can you turn down the volume of your TV set?
Yeah, my name is Ajay Usekimanda.
Where are you calling from? You may turn down the volume from your TV set. Could you turn down the volume, please? Can you hear us?
Okay, I'm calling from Port Harcourt. I'm from AHOADA West.
Go on.
Hello, are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. Go on.
Hello?
Go on, we can hear you.
I am calling from Port Harcourt, from AHOADA West.
Go on with your question or any thought you want to share with the chairman.
I appreciate Mr. Chairman for this stewardship program. And so far so good. I appreciate Mr. Chairman for the appointment and good work so far. Hello?
Yes, go on.
My question is, Mr. Chairman, what are your plans for the students, undergraduates who are in tertiary institutions? Most of them don't have the manpower, the financial finance to carry on educational pursuits. And there are persons in the rural area who don't have the wisdom or who are not opportunity to go to school, like skill acquisition. So, Mr. Chairman, what are your plans for the students, like Bodre, most persons are financially constrained, they can't afford their school fees? What are your plans for these persons? And those who are graduates, I know you've done a lot of employment, a lot of appointments, in your civil service commission, you've made a lot of intermediate schools. So I want you to enlighten us your plans for the undergraduates. Most of them don't have the opportunity to pay their fees and other endeavors, and those who have skill acquisition.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for this stewardship program.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Well, I must,
yes, a wide range of issues here.
I must be very frank to you. The country, as well as the local government, is not as buoyant as they used to be. So to boast of the fact that we're going to pay bursary for students, it's an uphill tax. But if there are people who are indigent, and need support of council, definitely we will support them. And again, whether you're in school or not, any opportunity we create for skill acquisition, please avail yourself that opportunity, because like I said, you can also develop a skill that can help you earn a living and help you support yourself in school.
Any other welfare
so we will
package
support
for
you.
students, indigent students from your local government?
Yes, there are.
What are they? Maybe you can share with.
We'll support them with their fees. There are some people who are there who probably don't have accommodation. If they come up with such challenges, we will support.
Okay.
And basically,
That's the only
fees.
qualification for the support.
If you're in school, yeah. If you have, I mean, if you can prove that you're in school and we verify that you're in school, why not? You deserve that.
Let's take this call again and then. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, you're on to RSTV on the program Stewardship.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You may say your name and where you're calling from, please.
My name is Dressman Sunday Godforward.
Dressman, go on.
Yes, I'm calling from Veteran Community.
Okay. Go on. Go on, go on.
Yes, first and foremost, I want to appreciate the chairman for coming out, and I'm very grateful because it looks like local government administration depends on towns and people that are already dropped out. But when you look at the chairman, it has shown that the local government administration is meant for experts, and I'm very proud because when you see the chairman that is out there, you'll be very, very happy that the local government administration is a place that should not be scrapped. First of all, I want to really appreciate my chairman, and I want to say that other local government chairmen should take a lead from our chairman, our chairman that is there. They should sit up and they should let the people know what local government administration is all about, what they intend to do to the people, and you see that nobody will ever come up to think of scrapping local government
Mr. Dressman, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. You may respond to Mr. Dressman.
Yeah, Dressman, thank you for your compliments. I just want to also let you know that every chairman who comes on board and thinks that he wants to succeed alone will eventually fail. The kind of appointment I've given is not the nature of appointment we used to have in local government. Everybody that I engage must be part of the team that will actualize and realize the dream and the vision and aspiration of our team. So when you have appointment in a local government, like the issue of this student that they raised, we must engage people who can bring ideas to generate support for the students. There are people who have also, they've been appointed, whether special advisor on agriculture or not. You're not there just to wait for the salary to come at the end of the day. You must go on research. You must go and engage, international agencies and national agencies in a way to bring back what we would give to the people. The people are out there, they don't have the wherewithal to be able to take agriculture to the next level. It is a council that has the financial resources, that has exposure, that has the technical know-how to support the village man, the rural people, to take that agriculture to the next level. And the chairman does not know it all. The essence of having aids, the essence of having appointment is for those people to be engaged in bringing the needed resources, whether financial or otherwise, to come with the chairman and then offer to the people. Whether you are an aid, in works, transport, whatever, you must bring ideas to bear. And then the chairman is just to harness all the resources, harness all the ideas, and then translate it to reality for the people in the area.
Mr. Chairman, you may hold on to that thought. Let's take another call before we go on another break. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from? Your name, please. Please, could you be audible? We barely can hear you. Samuel. Yes, Samuel. What contributions do you have?
I want to ask the chairman.
Go on.
How good and how has he been treating the state since he entered office? I can see that the way he is doing the government is favorable to some group and not favorable to some other people. That's what I can understand.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, good afternoon. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. This is RSTV Port Harcourt.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good
My
afternoon.
name is John Wowo.
Where are you calling from?
Hello, can you hear me properly?
We can hear you loud and clear. Say where you're calling from, please.
My name is Joy Wo, calling from AHOADA West. Can you hear
Thank
me,
you.
sir?
Thank Joy. Go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Go ahead with your questions or contributions, please. We can hear you, Joy. We lost that call. Well, we'll go on.
Now, let me respond to the caller before this lady.
we're talking about
Some being favored,
Yes,
others
yes.
not being favored. Now, let me make it clear here that this government is for both PDP, APC, Green Party, Labour, as long as you are from AHOADA West. So the idea is, if you have anything, any idea that you want to bring to the people to move the local government forward, please, you're welcome. I won't discriminate. So the idea of staying at home and expecting the goodies to come and meet you at home, no government can achieve that.
Thank you so much. We'll go on another quick break and I'll be back for more interesting segment of the program. Stay with us. Stewardship with SNB. The careful and responsible management of something entrusted to one's care is called stewardship. Watch Stewardship with SNB on RSTV. Stewardship with SNB. You're welcome back again to the program Stewardship on RSTV Port Harcourt. My guest hasn't changed. The chairman of AHOADA West Local Government Area, the Honorable Evangelist Hope IKIRIKO. Mr. Chairman, welcome again to Stewardship.
Thank you.
Yes, you were sharing your line of thought as it relates to turning around the socio-economic fortunes of the AHOADA West people. And virtually all the calls that came in were hinged on that line of thought. Could you expatiate a little bit on this?
Now, it's going to take me a while to be able to make them understand that this is no longer business as usual. I intend to run a participatory government, not a government that you stay at home and you don't, engage your chairman does not engage you, he's somewhere in Port Harcourt, you can reach him, and at the end of the day, 3 years is gone, nothing is achieved. This government is for everybody. And I expect that those who have, somebody came to me and said that we could get, boats, canoes, flying people around because we also have riverine areas. And I said, how do you intend to handle this? He said he's going to be in charge. We'll get people to manage and he's going to supervise it. And he gave me an idea of how it runs. And I said, okay, come and give me a proposal. He gave me the proposal and I've engaged him. So that way, people will just see the canoes and see it functioning. The chairman is not in charge, but the chairman has given a nod and has given support, and that program will continue to run successfully.
Let's quickly look at the text message that came in from the number 0801663999896. It reads, Mr. Chairman, I believe sporting is one of the activities that can foster peace, unity, and harmony among the youth of AHOADA West local government area. What program do you have for the people of AHOADA as it relates to sports?
Well, we like I said, some of them really forget that we're just 2 months in office. But I have a program for sports. We will engage in sporting activities, football, and other viable sporting activities. We're all aware that the government of Rivers State has also been kind enough to bring an academy here. We will do all we can to support and sponsor any one of our own who is willing to attend such academy to be part of it, and I know that at the end of the day it will turn out to be good. But we will have a package. We already have a package for sporting activities, and we'll definitely do that.
Mr. Chairman, considering the fluctuating oil prices in Nigeria, where would you want to focus your resources? Is it the people? Is it party? Is it structures? Is it what?
I will focus more on infrastructure. I will focus more on areas that will increase the revenue generation of the LGA. This I will do with by way of engaging them, otherwise they won't understand. If my people know that there's need for the revenue generation of AHOADA West to go up, they will know that it shouldn't be business as usual where you just come and begin to share money to everybody. We will try because there's hunger in the land.
We will try because there is hunger in the land. Let's quickly take this call. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello?
Good afternoon. This is RSTV.
Hello?
Good
My
afternoon.
name is Favor.
Yes, Favor, go ahead. Go on.
Please, is it possible for someone to for someone to bring an old person to be able to play football.
Is it possible to do what?
For someone to bring an old person, someone that is not too young, that doesn't have enough energy to play football.
Mr. Chairman, does that make sense to you?
Football is for young people. There are other sporting activity for old men, just to keep them fit. That's why I said every of my aide must come up with ideas. We will engage them and charge them to come up with ideas of sporting activities that will fit into that category of persons. And I don't know which age you are referring to as old persons. There are old people, exercise for old people. We'll do all that just to keep them fit. But when you talk about rigorous sporting activity, is for the youthful category. So we are not going to bring those old people to come and play football or to come and do anything.
We were talking about where you think most of your resources should go to. Is it
yes,
political structures? Is it the people?
When you talk about political structure is not something that should gulp your resources. Political structure is a
but if it's a priority, you can look at that.
No, that's not my priority. My priority is a way to increase the revenue generation there. So we intend to build parks, we intend to build markets, we intend to go into transport and the agriculture I talked about. This area will generate resources, and then the resources generated by this area will enable us to fund the political structure, if you say so.
Mr. Chairman, I just received a text. Let's read it. The text is from 002 598441. It says, how are you going to encourage education of the youth? I think you've talked about it in the local government area. I don't know, it's not very clear. But let's look at that line, education of the youth.
Yeah, fine. With time, I will...
maybe giving support or something.
We'll give them support. We'll give them support for those people who can afford to register.
Endowment fund for indigent students from that local government area.
At the level of education, maybe secondary school, we'll help to get their forms for GC, because sometimes they train their children up to that level and they can't afford to buy the GC funds or the YX funds and register them. We will register them. We will support also for JAM and all that. I also intend to have education centers where students can be trained to be able to write these external exams and come out on their own merit and not engage in malpractice and come out with degrees that they can't, certificates that they can't defend. So local government will engage in these educational centers where we bring in teachers to teach them and prepare them for these external exams. And at the end of the day, when they come out, because I experienced such as well, when they come out and write the external exams and they get these results on merit, then they have the solid foundation that they can use as a springboard.
Yeah, you can go back to the issue of where most of your resources will go to. Is it the people? Is it political structures? Is it infrastructure in your locality?
Yes, I was talking about infrastructure that are revenue driven, so that we can have money to now fund the other area, like the political structure and all that. Political structure is not a priority. We are a team. Everybody, if you know you are part of my structure, you must key into my dream. You must key into the vision. And the vision is also to complement the vision of the state government, which is led by the governor. So if you are a patriotic member of that structure, then we'll work together to increase the revenue so that we can have enough to fund this political structure sometime in the future.
Now, you have barely spent 2 months, and you have also received 2 months allocation. What did you do with the money, Mr. Chairman?
Well, we have been able to, we're not owing salary. This is one thing that local government in the past are known for. We're not owing salaries. We've been able to also clear outstanding bills and then start the process of laying the foundation for the work ahead. We met the council almost dilapidated. We're working on it. We are also beginning to prepare the budget. We're funding, a few things that are supposed to lay the foundation for the things ahead of us. If you come to the council, we have been able to, clear the place ready for development. So this is just 2 months, and those 2 months are not even enough to achieve what we are achieving now. But we are already on board. We are already on track.
Mr. Chairman, just before we continue, let me quickly advise our viewers that the numbers given out there is not for flashing. Please, you can call. If you don't have enough airtime to call, we have also dedicated another number for text messages. Please, you can look at the screen you call this number, and then there's another number that will be displayed on the screen. That's it. You can send text message to them. Do not flash, please. We will not condone that. Let's quickly take this call, Mr. Chairman. Hello, good afternoon.
How are you?
Good afternoon, I'm fine, and how are you too? Hello? That's what we're saying. Yeah, Mr. Chairman, within the short period of time you have been chairman, how would you want to rate your performance?
I'm not in the best position to rate myself.
No, look at yourself.
For me, I know that I'm on track because I have a set goal and I have milestones, and where I am now, I'm on track, and I've performed very well because I've met my target for these 2 months. So by the time I get to a quarter or a year, I should be able to assess myself with the goals, the targets that I've set for myself, and know, how I'm going to meet them.
Hello, sir.
So far,
Good afternoon, sir.
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. This is RTV Port Harcourt, and the program is Stewardship. You may say your name and then where you're calling from.
My name is London Dukwe. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Your name is what?
London Dukwe. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
London Indukwe, go on.
I am from Okobe community. I want to first congratulate the chairman. It has not been an easy work, but to him be all the glory. Chairman, I have 1 or 2 questions for you.
Yes.
Number one, I want to ask you, what is your agenda for Okobe community? It is a community you have gotten so much support over the years. You were 12 years in House of Assembly. We didn't feel any of your impact. But thank God for these 3 years, you're going to be in the House of Local Government as a chairman. I want to know your agenda for the motor park in Okobe community, the market in Okobe community. And of recent, I heard there was a police station that's supposed to be situated at the Okobe community, which you have taken to your own community. So I don't know. Put these things together. What are your agendas for Okobe community? Thank you.
Well, yes, thank you very much.
You took over a police station to your own community.
No, let me respond to all that. I would also encourage you at all times to properly get involved in assessing political officers very well and get your records very straight. Okobe community, as we speak today, has a water project that was attracted by my humble self when I was in the State Assembly. And one thing you must realize that this is the first time that I'm serving in my capacity as a public servant in executive arm. The State House of Assembly has no power to construct or to award contracts or to give any project, but we can only recommend to government. And you can bear with me that
what about constituency projects?
Constituency project you nominate.
Monies are allocated.
Yes, you nominate, and the
perhaps he's asking.
I've done one in Okobe community, and he's aware.
Is that all?
Water project is that there are lots of communities, over 100 and something communities in my constituency, and which I cited, project in almost all of them. So he should know that Okobe has gotten his share, and it's not the end. What I expect him to say is, these are our needs, and now that you have such opportunity, you should be able to do, more for us. When I was in the Civil Service Commission, he can attest to the fact that Okobe community is one of the communities that, got the highest number of employees in the Federal Civil Service, and that's empowerment. Those ones who grow to become directors and PAMSECs in future, and they'll be able to impact in the society, impact in Okobe community. There are also other political office holders in the community, which I recommended personally. So when you say you have taken so much from Okobe, I don't understand, and I've given less. I've given more than I've taken from Okobe, and I'm still willing to give more. You should realize that making a politician is not just one community's vote. There are other communities put together that makes a politician. And I have on record a lot of election that we have that the Okobe community result, don't even reflect because of crises, problems, and all that. And I still stand by them because Okobe community is very sensitive and important to our clan. I want to assure them that I will do more, but to say that I've not done much or done anything in Okobe community is not being fair to me. But I will do more.
Mr. Chairman, the caller also addressed the issue.
The police station.
You influencing.
Now I want to set the record straight. The issue of the police station, don't act on hearsay. I am privileged to know more than you. People come with all sorts of stories and fantasies, and you believe them. Now, if you realize the security problem we have in the area, when the police force or the security agent want to embark on any operational modus to tackle security, they gather intelligence. The intelligence report, which has it that Obolobolo is an exit route for these criminals. And Obolobolo has become the safe haven for the criminal. He knows. And it was also, to my surprise, that this assessment was given by the security agents on ground.
Okay, that's the reason for the movement of
Yes. Now they put the police station there for their own good, so that community that has become a safe haven for the criminals can, have a police station that can take care of it, and then they themselves who are within the clan can also be safe, because it becomes difficult for people to come from other local governments or other states through the forest and go through that community and then come to Okobe to attack them. Any attack that takes place in Okobe or any part of AHOADA West, they go through that route. So if the police, in their wisdom, have been able to do that, there was no time that police station was, designated to be in Okobe. People, for political reasons, just go to try to malign my person, and at the end of the day, they give them wrong information. So I want you to know, in good authority, that the original approval given for that police station was meant for Obolobolo, because of the security situation and the terrain and how their modus operandi have been known to be. So if they put it there, I'm very sure that Okobe will be safe and the rest of the communities around the area will be safe.
So it's serving the purpose for which it was moved there?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Chairman.
And by the way, it's not been built yet. It's just been approved.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, how do you intend to make AHOADA West local government area competitive with other sister local government area, particularly the urbanized ones?
Well, you see, when you want to urbanize an area, there are certain things that attract.
Just before we continue, let's take this call. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Say your name and where you're calling from, and then share your thoughts with us.
Yes, I'm calling.
We lost that call. Hello, good afternoon. Yes, go on.
Now, when you talk about urbanization, fine, the local government can do a little, but it's more of a federal, capacity and a state capacity. But what we can do in our own little way, like I said, I've looked at the whole sectors of the economy, sectors of the government, and I realized that agriculture is still one thing that will drag investors closer to AHOADA West, and by so doing, they will begin to develop the area in terms of building, in terms of infrastructure. The companies will also key into that sector, and at the end of the day, AHOADA West will experience some level of urbanization. But if you say you want to come and build flyovers and come and build estates,
let's take this call. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. May we know you, please? We lost a call. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello?
You're on, yes, good afternoon. You're on to Stewardship on the program on RSTV Port Harcourt.
I'm hearing you.
Yes,
Good afternoon.
good afternoon. What's your name?
Eh?
Hello? Hello? Yes, continue.
yeah. Now again, I also intend to majorly hook up most of the communities to the national grid. If I do that, then you realize that most of the rural urban migration will stop. Some persons who are in Port Harcourt today work from AHOADA West, when they see that the national grid has covered everywhere and they're steady line, more steady than what they have already, they will come back home because they have accommodation at home and they wouldn't want to spend much in Port Harcourt doing their business. That way,
Mr. Chairman, time is not very friendly with us. Just before we draw the curtains, 2019 is just around the corner.
yes.
Politicians and political parties are gearing up for 2019. What are the chances of Governor Wike clinching victory in 2019 in Rivers State?
Governor Wike will definitely come back in 2019. Now, I'm saying this because the fight is not his personal fight. What the people want is to get a leader that can, bring development to the area. But you know what? A lot of people have tried to change the mindset of the people to say, oh, this guy has gone, for too long, let's just change him, without a reason. But we know better now. What our governor, Nyesom Wike, has done for Rivers people has woken up a lot of people, and they are prepared to take this as their own personal destiny. And a lot of us have told ourselves that this fight is not just for Wike, this fight is for Rivers State. A vote for Wike is a vote for Rivers people. We are prepared to vote, we are prepared to protect the vote, we are prepared to make sure that what we vote for is being announced. I know that the federal government under the leadership of APC is at war with the state. And it takes only people who have foresight, people who are patriotic to tell themselves that this war is not against our governor, this war is against the Rivers people, and they will brace up and stand, to that challenge. And we'll stand up to that challenge. For every local government, the man has cited projects. And so there's no way we can tell him thank you.
What are those projects in your local government?
In my local government, he has done the secondary school in Okake community. He has also done the road, wonderful road from Ojoku to Direke. He has also awarded contract from Mbiama to Okake, which will be extended to Ogbogolo. So, and like I said earlier on, projects, execution in every state under a meaningful leader or meaningful governor should be prioritized. You can see what he has done in other local government, and we know and we believe in him that what he has done in Port Harcourt, he has also done in that area, and he will do more for our area. So we haven't done for our area, and we have judged him and assessed him from what he has done in another area. We know he has done well, and we are ready to be by him.
Okay, text messages are just coming in. Let's consider them. This is from 08127403672. Is it possible to prevent cheating in examination? You are not the education commissioner.
I'm not the WAEC. I'm not the education commissioner. I'm not, but it is the job of the WAEC bodies to be able to do that. But the only thing we can do is cheating is optional. A lot of people cheat because they don't have anything upstairs. I want to say that we will do all our best to develop our own children. So if you have a committee of people in the state, students in the state, if they catch 10 persons or 20 or 100 persons cheating, AHOADA West persons will not be caught because he at that time would have known what to do. So we want to be able to develop our own children so that when they get into competition with others, they won't be tempted to cheat because they have what to offer. That's why I say that with the development we intend to do for them educationally, they won't be vulnerable and then think cheating is the only way out for examination success.
Another text message here. This one is appreciating you. It's from 08035165748. Mr. Chairman, I can see seriousness through your speech and points. That's one of your fans.
Thank you.
Now, very quickly, what do you consider paramount in the development agenda of AHOADA West local government area? You are the chairman.
Yes. What I see as paramount is to make sure that
Just before you share that thought, let's take this call. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My
Say your
name is Blessing.
Your Blessing.
My name is Blessing.
Blessing, where are you calling from?
Coming from Port Harcourt.
Yes, what do you have to share with the chairman?
Can someone from Port Harcourt go to AHOADA again to do a work?
Mr. Chairman?
yes, why not? It depends on the nature of work you want to. If it's for the local government is an integrated system where you can come from another local government and also work in another local government. But we will not take those who are not, who are not employed, legitimately employed, any salary from that local government. That I'm against it, and a lot of them know that we're already, running a staff audit to know those who are ghost workers and those who are sit at home, salary earners. If you're from another local government, you must be sure that your employment is genuine. If it's not genuine, we'll fish you out and you go back to your local government to rest.
So back to the question, what do you consider as critical to the development of AHOADA West local government area? And how much resources are you pulling to that segment?
Like I said, it's infrastructural development. I talked about power here. I've talked about building of those necessary infrastructures that will generate the revenue for us. I believe that when these things are in place, it will drive other development process. For the power, if major communities in AHOADA West are hooked up to national grid, I'm sure that lots of businesses will strive and they too will be enterprising and do things, businesses that they can use to earn a living.
Mr. Chairman, another text has come in. It says, Mr. Chairman, when you were in the House of Assembly, you have constituency project funds to help the constituency. How did you help them with this money?
Now, can I enlighten them? The constituency project came in our time, and we designed a constituency project such that you nominate projects, and they build this project in the budget. They don't give you cash to manage. When you build this project in the budget, the state government now award the contract for those projects that will be funded by the constituency project. So when they hear constituency project, they don't give the House of Assembly member cash to say go and manage this money. They give you an opportunity to nominate projects in your areas, and then you put it in the budget, the state budget, and through that the state government will fund it under a title called constituency project. That's the fund pull out for that, and then they pay the contractor. So for your information, we've built several projects in the area under that constituency project. I built water project in Ogbede. I built water project in Oborobolo. I built electrification project in Oborobolo. I built water project in Okobe. I built town halls. I built what's it called? Cottage hospitals. I built electrification project to Ihuechi. I can't remember. I've done quite a lot. If you check AHOADA West and go, some of them who ask this question don't go home. They don't go home. If you are home and you know what was done based on that concept project.
Hello, good afternoon. Let's take this caller.
Let's
hear this caller, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon. Say your name and where you're calling from. Oh, we lost it. Go on.
Yeah. If you live at home and you see these things yourself, you have all the reasons to commend me. It's on the net. I mean, we were challenged one time. We had to list out all the projects that were, and some of them were asking. They didn't even know if those projects were there. Some who saw the project didn't even know it was part of the constituency project. They just thought it was government project, and then constituency project, it means a different thing. Maybe I'll have to come and share money to people and say do this or that. No, when the money is earmarked, the state government awards it, and the contractor goes to site and builds the project. That's the nature of constituency project. So Chairman, they need to go home.
Time is not very friendly with us. We will need to go, just as you said too. But just before we go, are you under any pressure to share money with any political big name in your local government area when allocations come?
That sounds strange to me because by God's grace, I lead the PDP, which is the ruling party. And there is no other party that should supervise us. And we're about to
within the rank and file of your party PDP in your local government area.
Yes.
Do you have pressure to share money with them when you receive allocation?
Who should give me the pressure when I'm the one that presides?
I'm asking.
I'm not under any pressure.
You're not under any pressure.
But the good thing about the leaders in AHOADA West, they are willing to participate to move the LGA forward, and I appreciate all of them. I appreciate all the leaders in PDP in AHOADA West.
Thank you so much. That has been the chairman of AHOADA West local government area, the Honorable Evangelist Hope IKIRIKO. He's been talking to us on local government administration and, of course, finances and how best he has been able to manage the finances of AHOADA West local government area. Within a short period of time, he has been saddled with this responsibility. We want to thank everyone here in the studio and, of course, those who participated, those who sent in text messages and, of course, telephone calls. We want to thank you, and then want to encourage you to join us again. We'll meet same time this day on Thursday next week. We'll bring you another guest to discuss on this topic, stewardship. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Mr. Chairman, thank you for honoring our invitation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, viewers.
That's it on the program. Bye-bye.